your gut lining is replaced every 3 days. You get new blood every 90 to 120 days. A new liver every 3 years. You get a whole new body every 7 years. You truly were made, designed by God to heal. That's how to gently repair your body that's full of chronic symptoms. Your body is stuck because you're either toxic or you're lacking nutrition. One of the two are where it's at. You're toxic, full of nutrition. That's why our bodies get sick. It's not that you're unlucky. It's not that God doesn't hear you. It's toxic or lacking nutrition. And so I can remember on my journey, just crying out to God, Lord, why am I so sick? Why am I not healing? What is wrong with me? Do you not hear me? Do I not qualify for healing? Your word says that by his stripes we are healed. It's already done according to your word, but I'm getting worse and worse and worse. And at this point, I was bedbound. I was laying there in excruciating pain. Everything hurt. It hurt to move my toes. Everything hurt so bad. If I put my shoes on, it sent waves of nerve pain all the way up my body. And then my body just felt like it wanted to collapse. So in that time frame, I learned first off to begin praying for wisdom. I saw in Solomon, not in Solomon, but Solomon prayed for wisdom. And God honored that. He blessed that. And he gave Solomon the wisdom he needed to run the kingdom, even though he felt really young. And so I began to pray for wisdom and that the Lord show me my next steps. And so he led me to Genesis 1:29. And I want to read it to you, okay? So Genesis 1:29 says, and God said, see, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food. That is the very first instructions God gave us for what to eat. The very first instructions of what to eat. Did you know the Bible is our owner's manual, so to speak, for our body? So our very first instructions right after he created us, he told us to eat fruits, veggies, herbs, grains, all of that. He told us to eat that. Wow. That was whoa for me. It was, so along with my learning, I found that grains tend to be moldy. And since I was already toxic with mold, I had to eliminate all grains. So I was eating fruits and veggies and herbs, as long as they were mold-free. Fruits, veggies, and herbs. Along with that learning, I started reading, noticing different doctors who also teach that our bodies can heal, saying that you need loads of fruits and veggies. So I'm going to share with you some of the doctors that I followed because I found these doctors who taught that your body can heal and started following what they were saying. And so here's in summary some of the things they said. But first, if you haven't gotten my Made to Heal roadmap, I want to get that in your hands. I want to show you the process that worked for me to make it simpler. It took me years to heal, and you don't have to stay sick that long. You can use the 4 steps that I used to fix my body and grab that, comment map in the comments, and I'll send it right to you. Those 4 steps, they're simple steps, but we're not taught them. And so I break it down really simply in this. And so yeah, comment map. I want you to experience healing. So the experts that I found. So Dr. Don Colbert, He said 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That came from Let Food Be Your Medicine. I'm sure he says it on his social media also. So that's for any person desiring to be healthier. That's not designed, that was not set up for people who are battling disease. That's just anyone desiring to be healthier. 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. Chris Work from Chris Beat Cancer in Square One. I got his Square One course. He said, so if you don't know Chris Work, he had stage 3 or stage 4 colon cancer. And they say that that's one of those cancers you generally don't heal from, you don't recover from. He had surgery, but no chemo, no radiation, I believe. So follow him online. He's very, very helpful. But he says 10 to 15 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. For anyone who wants to fix their cancer, 10 to 15 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. So significantly more from Dr. Don Colbert's version, but you're a lot sicker, right? Cancer is a lot worse than just someone wanting to be healthier. Dr. Terry Walls, in the Walls protocol, she says for anyone desiring to fix multiple sclerosis, they need 9 cups of vegetables a day. I believe, if I remember correctly, she is very much in the camp of staying away from fruits. And her priority is vegetables in a day. 9 cups of vegetables for fixing multiple sclerosis. Dr. Gerson, he focused on fixing cancer, diabetes, all those really hard to fix diseases. He saw miracles happen with 20 pounds of fruits and vegetables a day. 20 pounds of fruits and vegetables a day. And then Dr. Tom O'Brien in the autoimmune fix. So he focuses on fixing any autoimmune disease. 1 pound of fruits and veggies a day. Okay, so now my diagnosis is I was at first diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Then I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I was on the lookout for lupus and multiple sclerosis. And then they found toxic mold illness. Then it was labeled as CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome. And then they found Lyme. And then they found that my hormones had tanked. And then eventually smaller diagnoses were piled on it, like high cholesterol, and my blood sugar would spike up and down like crazy. I was basically pre-diabetic. And so all these things, all these labels, until eventually it led to cancer. So when I got diagnosed with cancer, I got super, super serious. And so first, with the autoimmune diseases, I reversed those fairly quickly with eating mainly fruits and veggies. Actually, for a while, I totally cut out fruit because I wanted to avoid the sugar. I needed to reset my body. And so I cut out all the fruit, very limited meat, and only ate veggies and nuts and seeds for a season. And my rheumatoid arthritis, the autoimmune diseases, all of those numbers, statistically, according to my blood work, the autoimmune disease was fixed. It was gone. There was no sign of it anymore in my blood work. Very quickly, probably within 6 months of changing my diet to that. But then things kept piling up still. It wasn't fixing until I was diagnosed with cancer. And at that point, I got serious. And I seriously was doing the 20 pounds of fruits and vegetables a day, according to Dr. Gerson. And the cancer has been reversed. It took me a year, and it was reversed. According to all my labs, all of the paperwork, I've the testing. I have continued to go back for testing every year, and it still has stayed in remission or no signs of cancer. So the 20 pounds of fruits and vegetables, if you want to get serious, I recommend just start there so you don't pile on any more diagnoses, because your body is struggling because it needs more nutrition, right? You got to get the nutrition in while you're pulling out the toxins. I just discussed in the last of the video about downloading the apps for getting rid of the toxins. That'll shift things in the right direction, but you also have to start adding the nutrients into your body. And 20 pounds of fruits and vegetables a day, ideally organic, is going to help you. So, that's a lot though, isn't it? How do you do it? I incorporated juicing, fresh juicing, smoothies with fruits and veggies in them, salads, and then whole food products like Purium. Purium is an awesome product base, all completely whole foods, and they focus on making sure it's low toxin, that it doesn't have the molds in it, it's clean, it's pure. So I want to show you some pictures. You'll see this on my social media. You see there's carrots, there's broccoli, there's purple cabbage. I know there's cherries and mangoes and dates for sweetening it. And I believe I probably have Purium superfoods in there just for added greens and some added protein. So this blender is my Vitamix, and it will completely blend it smooth, like it. So you go to a tropical smoothie and it's completely smooth. That's what this blender does. Most blenders won't do that. You need a high-powered blender. You can see which one I use in my Linktree account on my bio. This one is a picture of, this is the super meal from Purium that I use oftentimes in my smoothies, or I have cocoa yogurt that I'll sometimes make a yogurt bowl with it. That's a easy way, fun way to get greens in your diet. Now, the downside of this is it is green. And so if you don't like your food looking green, then you might want to put in some blueberries or cherries, something in there so it doesn't look green. And there's me juicing. So that is how I got 20 pounds of fruits and veggies in my diet. And I'll tell you, so that was a few years ago. And recently I started thinking about I feel a little bit tired, a little sluggish, as probably most people do because it's middle of winter in Michigan. So I've realized, you know what? I've really backed away from my fruits and veggies. So I started implementing to each morning, I'm starting my day off with a smoothie with fruits and veggies, or I'll juice. And then later I'll have a yogurt bowl with more fruits and veggies. In that I'll use my Purium Super Meal, or I'll do their dark berry. I love their dark berry version. It's got all the stuff that you need for building collagen. And so think about it. It's fruit and veggie based. It's not animal based. You think about it, if you wanted more hair, you wouldn't eat hair, right? If you wanted stronger bones, you're not going to eat bones. Instead, you need the nutrients to rebuild strong hair, strong bones, right? So that's why I really love the super meal. Every time, not super meal, I love the super meal too, but I'm talking about the dark berry because that has all the nutrient base necessary for rebuilding strong hair, strong nails, all the things that we like, good, strong ligaments, joints. So now, I'll just talk to you about nutrition, but the other side of it is detoxification, right? So a super, super easy way for getting good detoxification is, bear with me, but rebounding. I don't know if that's going to be high enough. So back here you see the rebounder that I started with. This is really small. It's broken right here. It's not very flexible. This is where I started. It was hand-me-down. It was low cost because it was free. But I believe it was a low-cost rebounder, really. I love using it. I have it here in front of my desk, so when I'm on my computer, I'm on this, and so I can bounce, because every bounce we do helps set ourselves up for success. So now I have upgraded to the Beacon, and I'm gonna push this back a little. Okay, so the Beacon is nice. It was a cheap, inexpensive start. But to be honest with you, I wish I would have started with the cellular size. My dad has the cellular sizer, and it's much nicer, much better, and much better for getting to each cell in the body to reset your cells to help them detoxify. But just a little, just even on this Beacon, a cheap way to get started. Just doing this. When I was chronically ill, I couldn't do a lot of exercise because it made me more sick. But just doing this for 30 seconds, a minute, this is helping to detoxify your cells. This is helping get rid of inflammation. So what happens when we get sick is our cells get hard. I'm gonna sit on the rebounder. So our cells, oh, you can see Rosie in the background. Our cells get hard, and so the nutrition can't get in and the toxins can't get out. So we've got to start to soften the cells. We got to make it more, just loosen it up. So it starts by getting rid of the bad foods, changing our diet, using the Think Dirty app, the Yuka app, and the Bobby approved app, and start adding in those fruits and vegetables. Those fruits and vegetables, if they're juiced, it's gonna help your body detoxify. It's essentially like an IV, a nutrition IV, loaded with, it takes 5 minutes to get into your cells. And so with that, sometimes people have a detox headache because it's so powerful, so potent. The smoothies break down the vegetables and fruits small enough so that your body can digest them. It doesn't have to do all the hard work of breaking them down. Another option would be steaming those fruits and veggies. If your body struggles with fruits and veggies, maybe you get gassy or upset stomach from them, try steaming first. And next, move to the smoothies, or you could also do juicing first, like that's super gentle on the stomach. But what happens is we lose the digestive enzymes to be able to digest the vegetables. And that's where we get gassy. So just keep going a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. I make it easy to feed. Steam, smoothies, juicing. Those are easy ways to receive the vegetables, receive the nutrition. That's how I started. And then the rebounding, even if you have to sit, you're rebuilding all of your cells. You're going to build muscle even doing this, because all your cells are able to get that nutrition. Easiest exercise. I wish I would have known about it sooner, because honestly, I just found out about the rebounder about 6 months ago, and the change in my body has been tremendous. I've built so much more muscle than even with weightlifting. So the rebounder is definitely, I'm doing less saunas. I love my infrared sauna, but the rebounder is so much less expensive and so easy to do. A minute a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Work up to what your body can handle, and you'll receive more benefits. So, and then there, you'll see where I was sitting. I have my PEMF and red light mat. Probably at the beginning of the video when it was darker in this room, you could see the red lights. Night it's really hard to see the red lights, but also very beneficial. But biggest point in this video is you were made by God to heal. You are able to heal. You don't have to stay sick. It really is your choice. Don't believe what you've been told. Your diagnosis does not have to be your forever. It does not have to be the rest of your life. God gave us tools that we can use to help. So if you want help along the way, and you want to learn the roadmap of what I use to help fix my body, comment, map, and I'll show you those 4 steps. I'll give you a quick summary, make it simple. You can ask me questions back if you want. Email me. I want to help you. I want to lock arms with you and help you be successful in your healing journey. You were made by God to heal. Be blessed.